Alright, hello everybody, I'm the Super27 and welcome to yet another Dokkan battle video. We are now tackling the Fearsome Cell Max Stage 2. We're using the same Super Bosses team that we have been pretty much every single time. We floated on Gogeta because I think Gogeta will actually be a pretty valuable asset in this fight. Now, if I'm looking at what this guy does, I'm going to be honest, guys, I'm a little bit afraid. He has 300 million HP. He does 1 million damage on his normals. And I don't know how his ability works. So he has like 3 different phases that he goes through throughout the fight. I've heard different things from different people. It's turn-based, so on turn 4 he goes into stage 2, and stage 7 he goes to his final one. I've heard it's HP restricted, so like for his first like 100 million he does the first stage, and then he goes into his second. I don't know. We're gonna find out today. Looking at what this guy does, he does a lot. His start of turn abilities, like he does a 2.5 million. I have several units on this team that just outright cannot live that. And then once you go into his second phase, he has a little bit of a lower super attack, but he does get 50% offense and he debuffs by 40%. I feel like that's probably extremely devastating. Then once you go to his final phase, he gets an extra 80% attack and defense for 1 turn and debuffs by 30%, and it's a 2.2. And if I'm looking at this correctly, it says that AGL units do 30% less damage, so he's like not weak to them, which is interesting. They'll be able to tank still, but they won't have like their type advantage buff, which is certainly a little bit scary. So we're gonna dive on into this. I actually don't know if I can beat this without items. I'm definitely gonna give it a shot. I don't think that you have a temp limits on this. This is honestly like perfect opening RNG. Having Orange Pillow in slot 7, that's like the best case scenario. Because then obviously by the time he shows up, that means that the fight is pretty scary, pretty serious, where you're able to just instantly use the Orange Piccolo transformation if we need to. Now, it doesn't look like... Oh, I can't get you to 24. That sucks. You do have guaranteed dodge this turn. Do I want to put SSBE in slot 1, or do I want to do you? Am I playing for a revive here? I feel like playing for a revive is actually pretty smart. Although that's only 3 attacks in slot 1 versus 2 in slot... We'll play safe. We'll play safe. We'll play safe. Now, Gogeta is going to get slapped in that back slot there. I do need to give him a Rainbow Orb, and preferably if I could get him to 24 key. This is scary having to run him in here, because his base form, he doesn't have dodge or anything like built in. Supering right away. Alright, that is best case scenario. I'm now glad that I didn't put SSBE there, because SSBE, I mean, even with his guard and his 50% damage reduction, I don't know how he would eat a 2.5 just right out of the gate, which is, I mean, that's a lot of damage. 2.5 turn 1, slot 1, like... Again, that's kind of like what people think. Like, when people think back on Fusion Zamasu, that's like the type of stuff that they're thinking about. Like, you're just dead instantly right out the gate. MUI is actually doing good damage. I feel like a lot of the time, even though his additional, like his first additional, it's a 77% chance to be a super, I feel like we don't get that very often. Like, I feel like we fail the 23%, like, almost all the time. Go back and look at all the videos. I feel like very commonly... he will only do 1 super, and then it's just like, alright, that's it, GG's, we're waltzing on out of here. But looking at my boy right here, SSBE, his is guaranteed with a 77% chance, and I feel like we do get his super a lot more often. We have gotten that to be a normal quite a few times, actually, more than I would expect. This is the Hidden Potential System Additional right here, so we are pretty good. Now, Gogeta. Gogeta is going to get a stack, and he does have Guard, but again, that's like Guard when you have, like, type disadvantage, it kind of balances out a little bit. So we're going to see, if he launches a bunch of supers, he should be able to be at about the 1 million defensive range, I would imagine. And floating him off here by the next time he shows up, we will be able to transform him into blue, and I will feel much more comfortable running him. Obviously, that was not what we want to see. We want to see supers, which he's doing here. Does he have a lot of... He has 70% damage reduction. He doesn't have, like, a damage nullifying ability, but 70% damage reduction is relatively high, I would say. Yeah, we're eating damage on that. He is only 55%, but that means... the blue boys are going to get slapped here. What is your cooldown? Your cooldown is 0, so he can super slot 1 immediately. Oh, God. I trust Gogeta. Gogeta, he's a 70% chance to dodge. If he gets hit a single time, I think that he's just dead, unfortunately. Where's the most rainbow orbs we can get? It looks like the most rainbow orbs we can get is only 2. Which, I mean, that's going to give them some additionals. That's going to give them some of their extra buffs. I don't really think Gogeta necessarily needs to super, because he's going to die no matter what. I mean, I guess we can give him an offensive stack. It won't be, like, the biggest deal out there. If we do get clapped on this turn, we will have, like, MUI's revive potentially on this upcoming turn. We'll also have the Orange Piccolo. I feel like we will save the Orange Piccolo if we can. I would much rather just revive. Beast! Well, he didn't get hit first. He has to get hit to get his guaranteed additional. But only one super from Beast is frightening. I mean, that is a 90% friend that we are running here. These guys are going to be a scary run as well. Who would I swap out for them on this team? I mean, we could run Krillin in 18, I suppose. I mean, these guys are good. I don't want to underrate them, especially if we get that ability where they're below that HP threshold and they get all that extra damage reduction and stuff. I think that only procs one time. I'm not, again, these guys are still a little bit newer. I don't entirely know what they do, and that is death right there. They have no way we're living that. What's the damage going to look like on them with a couple of supers? Basically, they didn't eat it at all. 2.2. All right, do I want to take them off of the team? I guess we can. Who would I take them off for, though? Because if we're looking at my superheroes team, I mean, Krillin and 18 would be nice, but they're not going to be doing a lot of damage. Wait, you're a movie boss. You're a movie boss. What am I doing? What am I doing? You're a movie boss character. 77% damage reduction. We just have ourselves another slot 1, who's also creating rainbow orbs, which is really good. Getting Orange Piccolo turn 1 probably isn't great. We're going to have to float off. Oh, and that's also really bad because we have both Gogetas on the next rotation, so I can't float both of them. Okay, we'll do this. I think this will probably be fine. Are we able to debuff him? We cannot debuff him. He's immune to all sorts of status debuffs, which isn't great. But once we get him to a little bit of a lower HP threshold, we can actually go for 12 keys with Orange Piccolo, and we will be able to kind of keep him stunned and seal locked towards the end. We'll have to deliberately go for 12 keys, which hopefully shouldn't be too difficult. I mean, I do understand that he gives himself key once he's hit, and the same thing with Beast Gohan. Beast Gohan also does give that support once he gets hit. He gets 2 keys, so that's an extra 4 key. But we can maybe play around with that. Yeah, Beast is not doing a lot of damage because he didn't get hit first. Does this have daily attempt limits? Like, if I look at this, do I have daily attempts? If I have daily attempts, we might just do a item run to get our victory just out of the way. And then after that, we can dive back in later on, potentially, once I get some more dupes. I mean, once I get my own copy of Beast, this becomes way, 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 way easier. Because then I don't have to run a bunch of, like, more scary characters to run. I mean, to be fair, even though he is still taking damage, that is good tanking. I'm going to assume we actually nullified the super there with the, active skill, or the unit super, which is good. I always like it when a unit has a nullification on a super attack effect as opposed to an active skill, because with an active skill, you just get rid of the boss's first super within the turn, or their first action within the turn. But when it's the super attack, you can kind of protect the team a little bit more, so I do thoroughly enjoy that. It is a little bit sucky that Beast is a character who wants to get hit like a billion times, yet they gave him an attack break when he does his unit super. He supers in slot 3, but his super cooldown is 0, so he can potentially just still super right out of the gate. Looking at this, I mean, we have to keep Gogeta on the rotation, because we have to float the SCR one, because he does not have his dodge in slot 2 or slot 3, and that is, what, 4 attacks that he has to dodge? That's a little bit scary, not gonna lie. But again, if we do get clapped up, because we've already taken some damage, if we do take a lot of damage here, that's not the worst in the world. Because then, you know, obviously we do have... No, we floated off MUI. No, we can't do that. We can do the Orange Piccolo on this upcoming turn. I would much rather save, like, Beasts and Gogetas for as deep into the fight as that we can get. But the Orange Piccolo, I don't really mind blowing my load early with that, potentially. Or maybe I should save it, because he still does have his guard and his damage reduction. It would be kind of nice to get him built up. Hopefully he'll super in slot 3 again. Because if he supers Gogeta, like my Gogeta, he only has, like, a 3% chance to dodge because of his, like, the skill equips that I have on him. He has, like, a 5 additional, a 5 additional, like, 3 dodge, I think is what I have on him as a silver. Which obviously isn't, like, the best. Obviously, you want to give a character like this as much dodge as possible, but he is only 55%, so he is kind of out here barking with the big dogs when he is nowhere near his maximum potential. I'd feel a lot more comfortable if he were rainbowed, and unfortunately, we are getting supered again. We don't get that 3% chance to dodge. He actually ate it! Wow! Look at you! I'm actually fairly impressed by that. Now, unfortunately, we are 100% dead on this upcoming turn. Unless I pop the Beast active skill, I mean, if we dodge literally every single one of these, we pop the Beast active skill, we avoid save-type orbs, we could revive with UI on the next turn. Okay, dodge. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Oh, I think we're actually pretty good. I think we're good. Yeah. I think that this might be foolish, but I think we play for the revive. So we're going to float you off. And we'll do... I mean, if I do this, Orange Piccolo's not going to get built up. Would it be better to... No, we save the Orange Piccolo. We're going to pop this. We're going to pop this. And again, we're just going to avoid save-time orbs like it's the Plague. We'll do a little bit of damage here. We're definitely not going to die. I feel very confident that we are alive on this rotation. We'll die on this upcoming one, which I think is fine. And then we'll pop back on here. We can Orange Piccolo active skill. That way we don't have to worry about any supers or anything. Because we'll have... Who will we have coming back on this rotation? I think we'll have Gogeta, right? So we'll be doing a little bit of damage here now. Again, Orange Piccolo, he's now in a very, very, very bad spot. He's in a very vulnerable spot, for sure. Not kind of where I would want him to be at. Because, I mean, he got hit twice, right? But he's nowhere near being fully built up, and we are going to lose his guard on this upcoming turn. So he is definitely in, like, fish territory. We're going to have to keep him floating for the rest of this fight. Is this potentially really bad? I don't know. Should I have floated Orange Piccolo, actually, and kept... Maybe I should have kept God Goku on the rotation? Because God Goku, at this point, is a lot safer of a run. I mean, I was thinking about just the Orange Piccolo, but we might want to use the Orange Piccolo deeper into this fight if he's going to be... I don't know. Because I don't know if he can just tank 1 million normals without being fully built up, without his guard. I mean, we could potentially activate that part of his passive entering the turn. No, he has to get hit 7 times first. Never mind. I was about to say, he does have that ability where he gets hit 7 times and you're below 70% HP. You're able to get that extra damage reduction and that extra defense. Why isn't the revive activating? Where's the revive symbol? Oh, no, it's down there at the bottom. Okay. So I think in this situation, we go for damage at this point. We're going to float off Gogeta. Yeah, we just go for damage. There's no way we live this turn. Unless we get, like, perfect RNG, but I think if we get perfect RNG... The perfect RNG is that we would get to Gogeta. Gogeta would get a stack off and then die. That would be the most optimal thing going into this. But we are going to have the guaranteed dodge turn from Gogeta. Gogeta Blue, once he comes into the battle. We're going to have guaranteed dodge. Beast can go into slot 1. We can probably... Yeah, no, we can comfortably put... Yeah, that'll be what we do. We'll put Orange Piccolo into slot 3, we'll put Gogeta into slot 2, and we'll put Beast into slot 1. Beast will be able to lock down slot 1, especially since we're going to be getting all that HP recovery back. That'll be Beast's final turn of having his passive open, though. So potentially we might need to even be worried about Beast. Now that is what we call worst case scenario. You did not dodge, but you're going to have your guaranteed dodge turn on your next rotation. So again, we just have so many abilities that we do have at our disposal. Here, again, it's just kind of playing what's smart. We need him to not attack slot 4 a bunch. If he attacks, like, slot 2 the most, that would... No, I want him to attack slot 1 the most, obviously. That way Beast can get built up. So I guess now that we're on turn 4, we can see maybe if he gets extra attack on his super attack, then we would know for certain that it is a turn condition as opposed to an HP condition. We really haven't been doing too much damage on this run now, have we? I don't even know if this is going to be possible. There are a couple of attacks there in that final slot. Let's see. I mean, I have to do this. I have to do this. I can't really afford to do anything other than this, I don't think. We just have to hope that he supers in slot 1 or 2. I mean, we can be fine. I think Orange Piccolo can probably... Because we're basically at full HP. Yeah, this is best case scenario. We don't have to worry about him getting supered. We still have the Orange Piccolo transformation in our back pocket. Plus, he'll get built up just a little bit more. Not a ton. Like, I don't think he's going to be doing, like, really significant damage throughout this fight. But if we could get him to the part where after he supers, he's able to tank normals, the 1 million normals, I think that's all I can really ask for the character. Because I don't need him to lock down slot 1 or anything. Obviously, we have Beast for that, and now we have AGL MUI to kind of lock down that same position. So we are kind of cruising now a little bit. It was a little bit of a dicier start, but... let's see. Oh, no, he is in his second phase. It is turn restricted. It is turn restricted because, as you can see there, he has that little tax symbol next to his name now that he's super. So now that he's supered, he's hitting an extra 50%. So his normals aren't 1 million. They're 1.5 million. So I don't think Orange Piccolo is going to be able to tank in here. I might not be able to beat this without items. And if I can't beat it without items, that's fine. Again, we can always dive back in later on once I get my own copy of Beast, because I do plan on once I get all these stones, I still have like 2 days. As of the time of recording this, I still have 2 days with the discounted summons on the Beast banner. I have fully made up my mind. I will not be summoning for Tech MUI until I get a copy of Beast. And since I have so few stones, I don't even really see a point in to try to summon for Tech MUI. I know it'll be a very long time before he returns, which is a shame. But I feel like I don't think we're going to be seeing a whole lot of dodge nullifying bosses in the future, or if we do, we'll get another boss or another unit who has the ability to get rid of that. I don't think that this is going to be like an exclusive ability for like a super long time. Yeah, we're able to debuff him now too. That's a lot. We are living though. We are living, but we're in a dicey situation. So we are guaranteed dodging on this turn. So we'll do this. That is a 24 key for you. I do need to make sure that God Goku is able to get his orbs. We can go ahead and pop this. I don't really see a reason not to, just to do some of that extra damage. Man, that was with a debuff too. So we'll give God Goku these. So we can do this. And then he is probably just going to super right out of the gate. But I think SSBE can probably eat it. I would imagine at this point. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. He is debuffed. We do only have 50% damage reduction here. We might actually be dead. 900. Yeah, that's staggering. I wasn't thinking. I put MUI where the most amount of attacks, where SSBE would have been fine anywhere else. We do not have a temp limit, so let's dive in here. Because we have a large array of items that we are able to bring at our disposal. I don't know why the game insists on offering me the Gammas, because I know I'm running like a full Super Bosses team, but still, I would much rather have the safety net of Beast as opposed to what the Gammas are offering, even though I do think the Gammas are much better than a lot of people give them credit for. Okay, we have kind of rough opening rotations again. Let's see. I'm assuming he's just going to super right out of the gate, which is fine by me. We'll give you the 24. Okay, so we have to go back into the mindset that we can't keep him debuffed. If I do this, I can still give God Goku his 2 rainbows with these. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So we'll pop an item on this next turn. Do we need to pop an item on this next turn? No, we kind of do, because even though that we saw Gogeta is able to tank if he does get his stack off and he gets a bunch of additional normals. Like he ate it for 600k, which is basically our full health bar, which I don't know would be like worst case scenario, because obviously we are running MUI. So if we just did, like, if we had the exact same turn RNG, we would be able to survive the turn, pop the MUI active skill, or the oh my goodness, I'm just stumbling over my words. I'm Porky Pig up in the bitch. We would be able to revive, kind of like get reset and everything, but I think we'll just pop an item, because we've already accepted the fact that we're going to be using items. There's no point in trying to like hold out when I definitely think that I need them. Now, God Goku doing no damage through the damage reduction is going to be a bit of a problem. I guess we can see how he tanks. This is with 77% damage reduction, and he has his extra little defensive buff here. He's double-digit tanking. I don't think he'll be able to tank supers by any means. I think supers will definitely catch him, but no attacks in slot 1. So we can do this then. And we don't need to pop an item. Yeah. I mean, that is a lot of attacks that Gogeta is going to have to dodge. I fully acknowledge that, but I have trust. That was like the whole point of the Universal Survival Saga, was having trust in your allies. And I have my undisputed trust in my like 90% Gogeta Blue. I think that's what he is, SDR Gogeta. I think he's at 90%. He's either that or he's like 79. He has several dupes in him. He has a lot of dodge built into his hidden potential. I think I have his anniversary, or one of his anniversary equips on, and then the rest is just like full dodge. I should probably change him entirely to full dodge at this point, because like his damage isn't anything impressive anymore. Maybe on like his active skill he can do decent damage, but other than that I don't really see him like cracking anything. Again, this was pretty much like perfect turn RNG. Now Beast will probably not get a guaranteed additional super here, because he didn't get hit first or anything, but as you saw there, our Gogeta in slot 1 did not do a lot of supers. So I don't know if he were to get supered, if he would be able to eat it at all. Because as you saw, we got the stack, and then I think he launched 2 additional supers thereafter. Beast actually took damage? What the fuck? I know that's not a lot, but what the fuck? That was 60,000. Beast, are you feeling okay? Like, are you good, my guy? All right. I think we're overreacting here just a little bit. If like I'm a little worried, but like that's just because this fight is certainly putting up much more of a struggle than I would have liked, and seeing Gogeta doing no damage is also worrisome. 70% damage reduction when he has this much HP. Yeah, it looks like we're going. I mean, he can do damage with a crit, which is nice. All right, just keep on dodging, buddy. If he gets hit a single time, we're dead. Okay. Well, this is fine. We can do this. We can build up our Dokkan meter a little bit. I think SSBE should probably live, because he's not going to super right away, so we can get some attacks off with him. And then we can die right thereafter. I don't think this is a big deal. We're just going to go into a new turn. We're going to be refreshed. We'll have to float off Gogeta. This might be the turn that we pop an item. We'll float off Gogeta. Because who else do we have on this rotation? Yeah, we can put B slot 1, God Goku slot 2, float Gogeta. We might pop, like, a Whis, potentially. I feel like could potentially be, like, the move that we do here. Just to kind of get ourselves started. Because we're going into this next turn, so turn 4, that's when we're able to start to debuff him, is what it looks like. So Orange Piccolo is going to get a lot more mileage out of his 18 keys, and then once we get to turn 7, that's when we can start giving him the 12 keys and try to keep him stunned and sealed locked. Now, God Goku himself, he actually has a guaranteed seal on his super attack, so that'll be good. We'll still have to worry about, like, all the normals, but, like, having him on one rotation and having Orange Piccolo on the other could potentially be really good. UI is being a fraud tonight. He's gotten caught several times, but I mean, he is also kind of being clutch because he is being our revive, getting us to the next turn. So should I pop? I think I have to, because I don't really want to worry about Gogeta potentially getting caught. We'll see what like the turn looks like, but I feel pretty confident that popping a Whis is probably the smartest decision. Because I mean, I have a Whis, I have a Princess Snake, I have a Ghost Usher, and I brought Android 8. Android 8 probably is not going to be the biggest deal because he gives you 70% defense, but he heals you by 70% for one turn. That's 2 attacks there at the end. He's definitely going to super at the front. Do I need to item here? I mean, both of these guys want to get Rainbow Orbs, and it doesn't look like I can get... Hold on, am I able to get that Rainbow Orb? I am. We'll play a little risky. We'll play a little risky. Because I think we should be fine. I think. I hope, as long as he doesn't super in slot 3. Now, I prefer if he would super in slot 1, especially after Beast gets to do his supers. It's like, it should do nothing. Although, again, seeing Beast eat a little bit of damage off that super was a little bit staggering. I also just noticed we've only taken down 1 health bar. Yeah, no, having 30 million HP is a lot. He does also have 5 million defense, plus the 70% damage reduction, so it is pretty tough to crack this guy, which is crazy to think that we're running, like, the best team in the game, and we are struggling a little bit. Now, God Goku, I think he could probably eat a super, especially after he supers himself, but, oh no, we have the seal, oh no, we can seal him at this point? Oh no, dude, we're good. We are so good. So we can seal him from turn 4, and then from turn 7, we're able to keep him stun locked. Perfect. All right, now this is actually best case scenario. All right, buddy, I would really prefer if you would give me some supers. That a boy, that a boy. So by the next time he comes around, we're able to transform into blue. We also did get another defensive stack off here. I don't really think that's going to be, like, the biggest deal ever, but... I mean, yeah, he's taking that, like, decently. So maybe if he frauds us once within a battle, like, if we get one fraud turn where he really doesn't do a whole lot, I don't think that'll be, like, worst case scenario. So we did get MUI's revive as well, but he supered in slot 2. But his cooldown, I can't play risky with his cooldown shenanigans. I clearly don't fully understand how it works. We'll save as many orbs as we can for Beast. I would much rather give Beast his 24k. I mean, they're still getting their 24 keys regardless. We'll save this. He is still sealed, so we might actually keep God Goku on the rotation. So we have 2 guaranteed dodge turns, obviously. We're rocking out. This is still a no item run. I guess you can tell by the thumbnail of the video whether or not I backtrack on this and if this is the winning run or not. But hey, don't be a coward. Don't be a coward. Don't look at the bottom of the video. Don't see how much of the runtime is left, all right? We're sticking in this together. We're gotta lock in. We're locking in right now. We turned a very bad start into a pretty good little, like, roundabout win. So that means we're gonna have to float off Orange Piccolo, though. But I don't think floating off Orange Piccolo was, like, the worst. There's no way he didn't super. 22 is pretty good. That's his extra buff after the revive. That is pretty good. And if he get, like, a lot of additionals here, we should be cooking. Yeah, we're starting to actually put a hurting on this guy's health bar. See, now we're picking up steam. Things are going the way that we need to. It is just kind of unfortunate that, like, 3 of the units on our team just cannot do damage to this guy. That being Gogeta, God Goku, and Orange Piccolo. I can't even imagine. The Orange Piccolo transformation, at least we'll do damage because he doesn't turn low damage into 0. So it won't be, like, as bad as when we were going up against Beast Gohan or whatever. But even still, it's just going to be, like, a massive waste of time. But we won't die on the turn, so that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Did he not super? Oh, he didn't super. I'm silly. I forgot that we have the, we had God Goku seal. So this is turn 6, so we're not able to keep him stunned yet. So we'll give God Goku these. Now, Orange Piccolo could potentially be in some scary territory. We were seeing him take like 200-300k. He did get built up a little bit more. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. He is supering right out of gate. That is probably pretty bad, so that means he is going to get his offensive buff here, and he is going to debuff us, but that doesn't even matter because of Rupees. Gohan, we'll keep him sealed for the next couple of turns as well. We have Gogeta on this upcoming turn. The problem is, who do I put into slot 1? I mean, I guess I have to put... Do I float off SSBE on this upcoming rotation? I don't know if I... Do I float him off? Because I would like to have the team protection ability of Gogeta. Do I float him off? Do I do UI slot 1, Gogeta slot 2, SSBE slot 3? You'll notice a lot of the times that when I'm doing these videos, I don't think about the turn that I'm on. I think about the next turn, which might be a bit of a mistake, but I feel like it's good to plan ahead. Because our best chance of surviving this upcoming turn, I mean, I know we can't super. Do I actually float off MUI? Because if he can't super, that means, like, SSBE can comfortably go into slot 1. He's taking damage? Uh-oh. Oh, that means Orange Piccolo is fucked. Oh, we're dead, actually. If he's taking damage, Orange Piccolo is cooked. Because he doesn't have his guard, he only has his 20% damage reduction. I mean, we are going to debuff, but he already got the attack rates at the start of the turn. Yeah, unless we get the hidden potential system. 600? Damn! That's crazy. Alright. What to do here? I guess what we'll do is we'll fast forward. Like, what the fuck? Get this kid off my screen. Get out of here, bro. We'll fast forward the footage of me getting back there. That way you guys can see what items I use or anything. Should we actually, let's go ahead and pop. We can pop this on as well, because I think I definitely am going to need it. So we'll fast forward again. We'll get to like turn 5, turn 6 or whatever, and then we'll come back in with commentary, and we'll just see what we're able to do. I think we're going to come back in on this turn. So, I have an idea of what I want to do. And it may seem dumb since this is his guaranteed dodge turn, but we're going to use the Beast active. Because this is the turn that Beast loses that part of its passive. So I think I need to take as much advantage of it as I can while I can. And we can actually give Gogeta all this key over here. I don't know if Gogeta is going to be strong enough to really do a whole lot, but I think that this is the move. That way we can keep him sealed on this next turn. All right, this is going to do potentially some damage. This is his first attack of the turn, but this is his active skill turn. So yeah, it does do nothing still. So we can keep him sealed now. Now, next turn is turn 7, meaning Orange Piccolo can keep him stunned. So it is our top priority to make certain that we do not get an 18 key with Orange Piccolo at all costs. I don't care. We might have to like fuck up our rotations, but we have to find a way to keep him stunned. Now, I think... Oh, God. Does Orange Piccolo only have a 1-turn stun, actually? He might only have a 1-turn. I hadn't considered that. And since we did also use the Orange Piccolo transformation... I don't know. This is a little bit of a trickier situation than I thought I found myself in. I mean, that Princess Snake really did save me. Because potentially we could have died on that last turn if, like, Gogeta had gotten caught, or if, like, MUI had gotten caught. We definitely were probably dead on that turn. No real doubt about that in my mind. That's why, like, the play was we did the Orange Piccolo, that way we couldn't die on that turn. But I didn't trust Orange Piccolo in that final slot not to get caught after I saw him eat 600k on a normal. Now, I know that was a Cell Max who was buffed at that point, but I still didn't want to risk it. We do actually have a revive on this turn, so it doesn't matter. It does not matter. I would still like... Whose revive is up? I think it's MUI's revive is up. So we'll do this, and then is this... That's an 18 key. That's a 12 key. That's a 12 key right there. Perfect. So if we do die this turn, that's fine. We died, whatever. But if we don't, we just keep him locked down. And we can win the fight that way. Alright, even if he supers in slot 1, now with this guy having 80% damage reduction, no way in hell are we gonna die. No, this is... We're starting to steamroll now. Literally, this is the difference that using an item makes. Like, using just one item. And we weren't able to get him to 24 key, but it doesn't even matter because he has that built-in ability into all of his supers. But once you do one super, the rest of the supers for the rest of the turn are crits. So we're going to be able to slowly chip away at him now. Now, as you can see, his attack stat is much lower now that he's not being linked up with MUI. But that's not, like, a worst-case scenario, I guess. Is he actually going to super in slot 2? Interesting. So we're going to get the stun here. I guess we're going to have a chance to get the stun here. I think it's like 30 or 50%. We actually don't get it. So, oh, that might have been a bad dodge. I kind of want to die now. There we go. Perfect. All right. So... little dicey, but we should have access to the other Gogeta. This is the first time we've seen this, I think. I'm pretty sure every other time we've revived, it's actually been AGL MUI, and his is much better, because he gets the guaranteed guard for the rest of the fight, plus the boosted stats. So while having the guaranteed dodge turn for one turn is pretty good, for like the longevity of just how long all these fights are, now he's rocking guard and 50% damage reduction. I have no reservations about putting him into slot 1. It is a little unfortunate that we did not get the stun, but I guess that's not the worst ever, because we can just go ahead and pop this. He did get a couple of dodges off as well, so there's a chance this will crit. Go ahead, tug on that vest, boy. Yeah, there we go, perfect. And we did get a crit. All right, now there's actually a decent chance Cell Max is dead on this turn. Because Gogeta's, like, his supers, I mean, basically, again, he's going to be at a guaranteed chance to crit. We're going to give him all these Rainbow Orbs. I forget what he gets for Rainbow Orbs. I think it's just he launches an additional if you get him a Rainbow Orb. But with the power of Beast, now Beast's active is off, so there's a chance Beast will not crit. Obviously, he's not getting hit first, so that there's a very high probability that he won't be able to do any additionals, which is a little bit unfortunate. Look how many attacks he's just doing in slot 1, though. That's interesting. That was like 10 attacks in slot 1. Is this fight designed to kind of bully Beast Gohan? Because there's not a lot of attacks in slot 1 at the start, but then he gets progressively more as the fight goes along. That would be interesting. It doesn't say anything about that on the wiki, As I'm looking at it right now, it doesn't say that he has like a targeting preference. This guy's super attack, though, by the way, is insane. 80% attack and defense for 1 turn, and he debuffs the character by 30%. That is pretty freaking wacky. Not even going to hold you, but this is going to do a lot of damage. High chance that we actually kill on this turn, which would be like best case scenario if we did. Probably not, since he did get that 80 extra % of stats. I mean, he could potentially pop off if he launches like 4 more additional supers. Because, I mean, his defense is pretty high, but we are quickly, like, we're at 10 million right now. This is a 10 million guaranteed crit. I mean, it is type disadvantage, but I'm pretty sure he also gets super effective against all types in this form as well. So he's essentially, like, double critting. We did get the normal, though, so he is still alive, but I don't really think we have much to worry about. We can pop this. I feel like we can very safely put SSBE into slot 1, and as long as the very first attack is not a super, we're alive. But if we got this far, chat, if we get this far, and he supers right away, because there's 2 attacks. He has 50% damage reduction and guard. I guess, just in case, let's play safe. Let's go for the stun again. But there's no way. There's no way. 50% damage reduction, yeah, even if he supered right there, 60% damage reduction and guard. 23 million from the boy. This is it. This is the win. This is the win right here. I mean, it did take an item. It did take an item. I feel like I could maybe dive back in here because we could have revived on that turn. I just wasn't trusting Orange Piccolo. Maybe if I had a little bit more faith in him, this could have actually been an official no item run. But I will absolutely take the dub. So, dude, Submax is way harder than Gogeta. I don't know what people were cooking. That was way, way, way harder. Way harder. I mean, I had to bust out an item and a support memory for that. That was a little crazy, but that is going to be it for this time, guys. I've been the Sweeper27. I'm a variety Twitch streamer and an up-and-coming PNG tuber trying to make it big in the world. I have a Twitter, a Twitch, a TikTok, and a YouTube, the links to which can all be found in the description of this video. And while you're down there, don't forget to like, subscribe, share me around, and leave me a comment, positive, negative, or indifferent. I love just any sort of interaction I can get from you guys. Let me know, out of all the new difficult stages that we got during this anniversary, what is the most difficult in your opinion? Which one did you struggle the most on? I would definitely say that this is the one that actually, since it made me had to bust out the items, he was just very oppressive at the start. Once we were able to kind of get going by like turn 5, I will say that that steamroll effect is, once you're able to kind of get into your groove, this fight did get a lot easier. But like, I mean, I crushed Gogeta, man. There's no way that, I mean, again, maybe if I had didn't have to use this guy as my leader, potentially things could have been a little bit easier. I don't know. But let me know what you think. How did you do during all of these events? Yeah, let me know. But that will be all for now. So, as always, I've been the Super27, and I am signing off.